First announcement is we had a executive session on November 28th. And again on December. Call for approval for favor? Aye. I will abstain. Okay. Call for vote. Yes.
Thank you. This is the West Lincoln Township Police Department monthly report for November of 2022. The training we had is school safety conference, force training, firearms training, and TASER online training. The summary totals for the calls. Numbers of calls for starters, 231. Number of crimes investigated was 5. Number of arrests were 2, including simple assault and harassment, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, reckless endangerment of a person, terrorist threats, and possession of an instrument of crime. Number of traffic stops, 57, and number of accidents investigated was 8. And that concludes the report for the month of November.
So, the TASER training, because we're online, so you could practice on another.
No, that was a specific officer who trucks the TASER, so it's online, so no, he did not get TASER.
Thank you.
But, good night.
Good night. Mr. Bill, thoughts or concerns on this? Seeing none.
I make the motion to approve the bill list for all township funds in the amount of $7,428.17. I'll second that.
Yeah, this is not a specific item, but it's really hard. Like, I don't know, see this, you got this, the field cut off, really short. You know, like 5 letters. Yeah.
So, they tried to move one in, because it's not common, so that's not having data. But we really need on the screen instead, so we can modify the risk.
Or maybe just a view, how many columns. I think for most people here, the most important thing is how much school is spent to and what reason.
We can pass that.
You made a motion and there was a second?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on, the treasurer's report. I'm not seeing any package.
Number 3. In the back of the property lot. Behind the door. That's okay.
You want to leave it?
That's what I got to find it. Okay. So, summary of all funds. The ARPA fund, $124,756.78. General fund, $1,078,000.
$71.79. Open space, $2,369,359.58. Liquid fuels fund, $130,832.38. Capital road fund, $3,482,747.36. Capital project reserve fund, $2,439,719.87. Capital equipment fund, $449,052.30. Sewer fund, $164,097.66. Rebuild fund, $762,263.98, and that's a total balance of all funds for $11,902.70.
Thank you. Any comments?
Final 1634, factor, just to add some information there. The general fund is a surplus of 284,000 at this time. In November, there was a loss of 536,000. And there seems to be an inconsistency between the distribution of the earned income tax between the general fund and the open space fund.
You think that's what caused those differences? Is that what you're saying, or is that a second comment?
Okay, well, no differences. I gave different information. 284,000 net income versus the fund balance, which is what you read off. But so it was $1 million some. I had 284,000 net income.
So noted, thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move on. Manager's report. Two items of mention, the town center and the road program. So, administration met with the representatives of Rivers Valley, which is the new owner of the town center. And they intend to build the building as approved and submit building plan permit in the first quarter of this year, of 2023. To the road program, Jamie Lane is scheduled for early in the first quarter. There's three components. There's a culvert replacement, stormwater sewer work, and sewer safety. And approximately 70% of the design work is done already. This has been in progress for a few years now. So this is nothing new and a very complicated project. So we're happy to report this moving and should be completed sometime in 2022. Next is St. Andrews Road. This is another piece of work. They need to raise the elevation of the road in order for proper journey. So, this will begin the first quarter this year also. Hilltop Road. The survey of the road is 363. After the survey date is converted into the existing features plan, the engineer and public works director will walk the road and discuss the potential improvement. So we'll let you know coming soon what's going to happen there. Hollow and Plum Tree Road. The public works department will begin replacing the existing post pipe after the holiday. Their work will include base repairs as required. Once both of these actions are completed, the repaving of the road will be bid out. This will probably happen in the second quarter of 2022. Parks project, local and code. We have prepared a maintenance program that actually public works with that. And they're working on a concept plan for park improvements, which will also be presented. That's coming from the Parks and Rec. Next, Fellowship Trail, a joint effort between the DEP and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Permit will be required for the wetland process. The engineer recently inspected the boardwalk to this not land and something to sell. And that's it for now. There are some major complicated projects that are road crew. They've done a phenomenal job in this past year, which, there's several people here who have witnessed all that work, and, kudos to them. Okay, next, hold the adoption of the 2023 budget.
I make the motion to adopt the 2023 budget.
Anyone from the audience? Seeing none? No. Miles, but you didn't raise your hand, is it up?
I don't read, it came very, I didn't know the budget was gonna get approved. I would assume it's gonna range, it will be. We do have a little summary here and a couple of issues. With all the number of funds and our ability to move funds back and forth and funds together, you take the 2022 year-end estimate, and the budget, I think, has a major shortfall that there's no totals. There's revenue expenditure. There's no net income. So if you take all the net income in, for this year, it's projected to lose $1.5 million. Next year, if you add them all up, there's projected to lose $1.8 million. Those will be the shortfalls for the next 2 years of the fund. And of course, we have big excesses, so it could be explained away by using funds on hand. And then the general fund has a net income shown in the budget of $72,000. But again, it seems like the distribution between the open space fund is shorted by $200,000 of distribution of the earned income tax. And so it's just something that I don't know that it has to be corrected, but the work has to be done correctly. Budget, I guess, can say anything.
Okay, fair enough, thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Moving on, new business approval of resolution 29/2022. Property tax county waiver.
I make the motion to approve resolution number 29/2022, property tax waiver provision.
I second.
Any questions for Helen? Sure.
Vice Mayor Town Attorney, I want to know, can you explain that this is about individual? Because the young
Yeah.
and request.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Number 7, resolution number 30, 2022. Adopted issues to reorganize as a PA Northbound Council Service and to be organized. I believe there's a gentleman here from Bojan. Yes. Sir, can you please come up?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I make the motion to approve resolution number 30, 2022, adopt the new to recognize as a PA Audubon Council Bird Town.
I'm second that one.
I'm Phil Whitmer, Vice President of Birdtown, Pennsylvania, and I actually live in 2 different townships. For those of you particularly in the audience who don't know what Birdtown is Birdtown is an organization that works with municipalities, usually through a committee of their EAC, Environmental Advisory Council, to promote the planting of native plants. And this is a bird town project because birds are dependent on native plants. For thousands of years, insects have evolved with native plants, and birds have evolved with native insects. And so there sometimes is a one-to-one correlation between a particular plant and a particular insect that will pollinate it or use that plant. Monarch butterfly is a good example. A monarch butterfly can lay her eggs on any plant, but her eggs will only be caterpillars that thrive if they're laid on milkweed. And so we want to promote those native plants because we want to build healthy habitat for the insects, birds, and ultimately for ourselves. West Vincent was a bird town. We just want a recommitment, and so vote will appreciate your reaffirming the commitment to these principles. I've got some brand new signs over there. A certificate. Love to get a photo op with you all with those things.
If you don't mind waiting until after.
Sure.
So, questions from the audience?
Well, since we've reorganized, we have a system for, you don't have to do much to initially qualify as a bird town. We just ask that you have a small committee, get approval from your board of supervisors or commissioners, and that's about it. If you want to move higher up and sort of get, the gold star, there are other things that you would do in terms of outreach to community members, and municipal actions, schools, programs that you might be involved in, so on. Yeah.
That was kind of my question, but so by West Vincent Bird Town, what is it that or is there some sort of education where we're planting plants on municipal lots, or what does it mean exactly? I mean, I understand what you're talking about, but what do we do? Are we just there already because we have the birds, or are we doing anything?
Well, I don't know exactly what you've done in the past, but moving forward, your work and committee will be thinking about what things make the most sense in your community. And many municipalities do put in pollinator gardens or something like that to demonstrate to people that pollinator gardens don't have these awful messy weeds that people sort of associate with that. One of my pet things is we have a wonderful website, birdtownpa.org. And if you go there, one of the things I'm proud of, thank you. We have a database up there of 10 different programs to have your property recognized as a good habitat. So there's things like the National Wildlife Federation, Audubon National has a program, and some of them are focused more on pollinators, like the Xerces Society does one, and there's another one called Monarch Way Station. And so you can plant native plant gardens in your yard and get recognition for that, and have a sign, for your front yard that will explain to your neighbors, why you think it's important to plant native plants and why they might see a lot more insects than usual. That answer your question? Yeah.
So it's mostly about education and encouragement, not rules and not law.
No.
Is that correct?
Well, you know, it's up to your committee and your EAC and your township. So we don't take ownership of, Georgetown, Pennsylvania doesn't take ownership of any ordinances. Vicky, okay.
Well, we wait until these questions are. The whole. As I have a specific question, and also several comments. I really like my meadow and its weeds, and I don't think it's good. I have a previous audit on the habitat study that I need to requalify under this new program.
No.
No. Will you, I want to be providing support to our EAC to help us look at what we're doing now, which I think we need a lot of these criteria.
Yeah.
And help us look for the opportunity to do more. It sounded like you're expecting us to do stuff, but I guess my basic question is, what kind of support do we get from our idea?
Well, Audubon, PA actually doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
It's Audubon Mid-Atlantic because it merged with
I went
Audubon, Maryland. And
I went
Audubon,
looking
DC.
for town today.
Yes, that's what we
Okay,
are.
so.
Yeah,
Okay, but
Roberttown, Pennsylvania.
so it's Audubon, PA doesn't exist, but Berktown, PA exists.
You know, I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm trying to explain the National Audubon. It is a task in and of itself. Let me see if I can do it.
Now, just tell me who's going to support us and what kind of support.
Roberttown, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So if you
And
look,
that's the website where I'll find 10 things that I need to do to get my property that recognized as.
Birdtown, Pennsylvania. It's actually Birdtown, PA.
You're helping to train up our Berktown people on that. I was involved in the previous work for
Yeah.
and we had people from whatever Audubon it was come out and work with us. We went to several sites, assessed people's gardens, talked about it, and approved it.
Yeah.
And
Well, that,
so are we getting that kind of support?
yes, I have to use it.
And I think liaison to the EAC, and I think we are doing a great job of working towards all of these things and doing a lot of them already. And I would love to hear from Donna if she could explain some of the things that you're doing that a lot of people may not know about already. If you're still willing to do that, Donna, that'd be good.
I would love to. Does anyone have any other questions for Bill?
Okay, staying on. Thank you, Bill.
Just briefly, go ahead.
Vicky.
So, your questions about what's movement? Anything that's good for birds is good for people. Healthy habitat for birds is healthy habitat for people. It means clean air and clean water. And that's what the West Vincent EAC is trying to do to help us be a sustainable community going forward with climate change and have clean air and clean water. So we're all ready. We have our pollinator pit stop program, or we've been giving out free native plants to residents. We have sample garden here in the park. These things have all been done for little or no money. And we continue to manage our parkland and our native habitat to better care for birds and also for people. It's all connected. And we have bird walks that the Pennsylvania Valley Forge Audubon Society has been doing for us as volunteers, and very cost effective. Yes, so we've also connected that to the West Vincent Elementary School. We had an environmental day there last year, and they now have a nature club, and we connect with them every Monday. And they are also doing native plantings and invasive plant removals. We have our Western EAC, we have a nature club, a garden club. The nature club goes out to Westminster owned lands and it's all volunteer for free. And we remove invasive plants, and we're going to be planting some seeds for monarchs. And we have tree plantings and maintenance of tree plantings, and anybody then. Oh, and we also have connected quite a bit with scouts. And we could use a lot more volunteers. So if anybody here would like to volunteer, we love that. And there's no rules. It's all inspirational, trying to have like a wonderful, wonderful example that everyone wants to follow.
Yeah, so you know, I'm in support of Bird Town, but right now you said we're doing everything that they want us to do. And if we ask them to come out, they'll say, oh yeah, you're doing everything on the list, but what are we getting out of it? 2 new signs. I'm still feeling like we have all of these things to do. I'm not sure what we get from 5-1 besides the 2 new signs.
I think it's a resolution that says we're supporting that.
Yeah, just
Am I
it's
saying
it's the intent. Yeah.
For the good things that we are doing.
We're already on the website without having an active resolution.
And also, we're all trying to connect people to nature, connect people to the environment, and many people love birds, and it's just another way of connecting. We have a wonderful community, and we're trying to make it stronger and more wonderful. Yes, and we have, so kestrels are a very, very small falcon, and they have become the numbers have plummeted. And we have a young kestrel who's been hanging out at our park of Belani, and the supervisors that we're going to get him for free a box. A kestrel expert is going to make the box, and EAC members are going to monitor it free, and we'll be able to watch the kestrel hopefully have several families here.
Just so you know, kestrel is only grasshoppers. So it's a good thing to have it.
And any other questions about Westminster? I never get to.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. So all in favor? Aye. Thank you. Number 8, approval of resolution 31. 2022. Accepting grant list. You can do 1032 or 14.
Motion for resolution number 31 and accepting grant. Great Lake and enforcement sports and testing trade.
Hey, what else, John, here? Would you mind getting out of explain what it is?
And all that.
Thank you. Yeah, are you prepared?
I'm not involved in it.
Oh, okay, I thought you were.
I can. Township owns some properties along Potts County Line. There are super lines constructed by that follow through those 2 properties, and as part of township sale of its super system of County, Florida, one of the ones that easements for that line across those 2 properties, so that's what this does.
So the lines are in already?
Yes.
So this is the picture of where it goes, like behind the house.
Anyone? From the audience, any comments? Aye. Let's see, approval of resolution 30, two. Increasing the pension contribution from 5 to 7%, for 9 employees. And this is the board of the labor. Motion.
Make the motion to approve resolution number 32, 2022, increase the pension contribution from 5% to 7% of non-uniform council employees' annual compensation to support the labor agreement requirement. I second.
Council Brothers? If none, all in favor? Aye. Number 10, approval of faculty contract. This is an agreement for a 4% increase each year for 3 years, plus 2% increase in the council's payment to deferred compensation plan. The payment to the deferred compensation plan is increased by 6.
Let's be short up. You need the motion to approve.
Second.
Anyone for the audience? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Number 11, approval of resolution 33 2022, adopt the 2023 tax rate. Not included.
I make the motion to approve resolution 33-2022, adopting the 2023 tax rate.
Anyone for the audience? Yes.
The ones that we control.
That's what I was saying.
Just to be clear.
Anyone else? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Carried. Number 12, authorize advertisement of stormwater amendment ordinance.
Yes. I think you just need to authorize them. I don't have to vote on that.
That's correct.
I make the motion to authorize advertisement.
And any questions? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. 13, approval of resolution 34, 2022. These are dedication of right away to the Burlett School Road.
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 34 of 2022, need of dedication of the right of way for Berlin School Road.
I'll second that.
And I'll clarify that it is along land parcel that was previously, in front of the planning commission, and it adjoins East Vincent and South Coventry, so it's just tightening up people's property lines up there.
Any questions from the audience? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 14, accept bid for public works dump truck with snow plow and dump bid in the amount of $18,400. This is the sale of an old used up truck. So,
This is fun. I make the motion to accept the bid of Jack Austin of Mechanicsburg in the amount of $18,400 for the purchase of the public works dump truck with plow.
Second.
We're very excited. We didn't know that we had a chance of getting that much money.
anything for the audience? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Accept bid for the 2017 police vehicle in the amount of $9,100.
Okay, good. I make a motion to accept the bid of the Garden of a Morton Road, Illinois, in the amount of $9,100 for the purchase of the 2017 police sedan.
And I'll second that.
Anything for the audience? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye. The next one is the last one is being surprised. I make the motion to accept the bid of the City of Trenton Police Department in the amount of $8,900 for the purchase of the 2016 police sedan.
And I'll second that.
Anyone for the audience? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. 17, authorizing letter of support to French and Italy Conservation Trust for the preservation of 78-acre parcel owned by 17 Years LLC. Motion?
I'll make a motion to authorize the letter of support as read.
Second.
Okay. You want to speak to this?
We have an opportunity,
We have an opportunity to conserve 78 acres off Newtown Road. That's been really a number one priority for the township since 2005. And I'm putting together funding sources going to the county, asking for some support from the township and the Grand River Village for the valley.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions from the audience? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Number 18, set the date for the 2023 reorganization meeting.
I make a motion to set the date for the 2023 reorganization as Tuesday, January 2023 at 7.
I'll second that.
Anyone from the audience? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Okay. 19, set the date for 2023 auditors reorganization.
I will make the motion to set the date for the 2023 auditors reorganization meeting as Wednesday, January 4th at 7 p.m. here in the township.
Anyone from the audience? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
This next one,
There's a lot, not kidding.
Okay.
I have one written up here either. We need to put everything you want to send the other side. For each of the committees.
I don't recollect doing that. I thought we did it for the reorganization.
You just, you can do it now.
You have it now?
It is on there.
It's not.
It should be in your book. It's number 20.
I don't have anything to be honored, but.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Westminster Township 2022 meeting date schedule for the supervisors workshop will be held on the first Monday of the month at 7 if needed. Meetings will be held on the third Monday of every month at 7 p.m. except for January, which will have 2 meetings. If such a meeting falls on a holiday, then the meeting shall be held on the following day. That's the issue with the January 3rd meeting and the January 17th meeting. The 2 meetings in January. February is the 21st, it's also affected by another holiday. March is the 20th, April is the 17th, May is the 15th, the day before the primary. June is the 19th, July the 17th, August the 21st, September the 18th, October 16th, November 20th, December 18th. So you do the full.
I don't have one. Okay, and for the committee meeting, Environmental Advisory Council, will be the first Thursday of the month, and all the meetings are at 7 p.m. For all of the committees. Open Space Review Board, 4th Tuesday of the month. Park and Rec Commission, 1st Wednesday of the month. Planning Commission, 3rd Thursday of the month, and a workshop on the 2nd Thursday of the month. Sustainability Committee will be the 3rd Wednesday of the month, and a workshop on the 2nd Wednesday of the month. Historical Commission, 2nd Wednesday of the month. Historical Resources Committee, 1st Tuesday of the month, and Human Relations Commission will be the 4th Monday of the month, and all of them at 7 o'clock.
Okay, it does have the the county benefits announced with it as the address of this building. And in the event that you wish to attend the meeting, auxiliary aid service or other accommodation participate in the proceedings or attend the meeting, please contact the West Vincent Township office, get the phone number, discuss how the township can best contact you. I think that's Jones Township. I make the motion. I did that.
Anyone from the audience? Seeing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Public comment? Seeing none? Oh. Everyone present. I was ready to rock. Yep.
Two comments about just sharing information. One is the meeting packets of these folks were very useful for the meeting. There were some separate documents posted this time.
I thought most of it was there. That's a strong one.
For example, property tax penalty. Well, okay, so in lieu of that,
It's fine, it's hard to find it, we need to keep working on this. There's a place where it says pending resolutions. It's not quite clear that it's pending at this meeting, so we do need to reorganize, but I believe we're not, that we got it up there.
I think you gotta collect it for your meeting. Share it.
I believe that it was disassembled, but I'm not ready. Our packet.
Okay. Well, anyway, I mean, it's appreciated when you post that. Very easy to catch up on all the items for the meeting. It's fine. The other thing is, it's a recurring issue. Plan fix the audio and make it. It's been like all year.
They tell me about you. It's close to the mic.
It's not. It's not.
Recording though was pretty clear. One that I,
It was something better. It was
Mhm.
better for the people speaking. The supervisors. Very next. I mean, it's like a 50%.
Yeah.
It's not very useful.
yeah, we had the fellow come in to look at it. And basically what it is the supervisors have to look directly at this and talk into it. And with masks on, it kind of muffles, a lot of voice. So we tested it out pretty thoroughly.
Keep trying. Keep trying to get better.
I'll say, the one meeting where Dana was, for audio feed. So there is a constant. It seems.
Keep testing.
For here.
Wow.
Thank you all.
Good.